Good afternoon, staff and students at North Geelong Secondary College, and welcome to 2015 Ducks and College Captain Dylan Tabb.
How are we, everybody?
How are you going, Dylan?
Yeah, I'm pretty good, thank you. How are you?
Good, thanks.
All right.
Just to introduce Dylan, he is in his final year of his undergraduate studies, studying a Bachelor of Science, majoring in immunology at Melbourne University. Taking you back to your secondary school years, Dylan, what type of student were you at North Geelong Secondary College?
I was a pretty hard worker throughout the whole time there at school. I was the sort of guy that would spend his lunchtime in the library studying. It paid off in the end. I mean, I got to where I wanted to be, and it's good to know that hard work pays off. But I was also a bit of a quirky guy. I was having fun while being quite academically switched on, and yeah, had a few friends, had a good group of friends, and yeah, it was good.
And what subjects did you particularly enjoy, or were you particularly good at?
I was really good at maths through year 7 to 9, let's say, and then it just got really difficult, and then I kind of went off a little bit. But no, I was a big fan of physics and chemistry, and I did German through to year 12, which was also a bit of fun. And yeah, English language was my other year 12 subject. Yeah, so
Perfect, so a bit of a mix there.
yeah, so it was a bit of everything actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to keep things interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think of one proud moment during your school years or one missed opportunity that you'd like to share with students?
I'm pretty proud of being school captain and Ducks at the same time. It was pretty cool. I was pretty proud of that. Definitely something I did miss out on was doing biology. Like I really wish I did that subject in year 12. Going now into immunology, learning about the body and the cells and all that. Having that backdrop of biology would have been lovely, but no, I basically had to learn everything in first year and then build up on it through my years after that. I also really regret not doing sport. I found my love for sport after year 12, and just wish that I'd spent maybe a few less of the lunches in the library and outside playing basketball or soccer or football. But it is what it is.
And have you included that in your life now? Like, are you doing any extracurricular sport to keep a balance with your uni and your part-time work?
Yeah, well, I play basketball every now and then, just shooting around and stuff. Nothing special, but before COVID, I was a part of a mixed netball team, which was a bit of fun. We were pretty good. I was finals MVP a couple times. Won't brag, but nah, netball's fun. It's I'm better at it than I am at basketball, but I enjoy basketball more. So I guess I just have to be happy with finals MVP in netball.
It's always good fun. It's always interesting actually watching boys play netball. It ends up being half netball, half footy.
Yeah, and another half basketball if that's possible.
Yes. So looking at your pathway since graduating from North Geelong, you commenced your science degree at Melbourne Uni after graduating, and you were specialising in dentistry. Is that right?
Yeah, right.
And then you transferred to immunology. What prompted you to make that change, or what sparked your interest in immunology?
Well, I started off as dentistry. I'd actually wanted to be a dentist basically my whole life. From about the age of 7, I'd wanted to be a dentist. And then it just I started studying it more, and I don't know, just the concept of being in someone's mouth for the rest of my life, I don't know, it just didn't excite me. And throughout the years, I'd been involved in pop culture regarding flus and viruses and stuff like that. My favorite movie was Contagion, which is a very popular A-star movie. And then there was video games like Plague Inc. And that was just a game I used to play as fun. And then, yeah, I just started I was just getting more and more interested in the immune system and the viruses and how they're just so important. And we see that now, like with how everything's been affected with COVID-19, we see just how important it is to know what's going on with the immune system and how it attacks the viruses. And yeah, I just gained some real interest, and yeah, now I'm studying it, and yeah, hoping to be an immunologist. It's pretty cool.
Perfect. So what do you learn in you've touched on it, but what is your course about? Like what do you enjoy most about it? What are some of the core subjects that you've studied or electives in the course that you're doing now?
Well, see, I'm majoring in immunology, which is focusing mainly on the immune system. If I was majoring, in microbiology, I would be learning about the viruses themselves. But I'm actually, referring more to how our body fights against the bacteria or the viruses. So with my studies, I kind of hope to learn more about how, like, we as a human being are fighting against the virus, say COVID-19, compared to if I was studying microbiology, I would actually learn about the virus itself. So, yeah.
Perfect. And does that include immunisations? Like, do you look at different new immunisations and potentially an immunisation against COVID-19?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm kind of hoping to study how our body reacts to an immunisation or a vaccine. And in the future, I hope to work in vaccines actually, and hopefully play a part in solving this crisis at the moment, which would be pretty cool. Yeah.
Okay. And speaking of the crisis, how has COVID-19 impacted you and your profession and potentially you into the future?
Well, as I said, I'm still studying, so I haven't really had much to do with the virus yet. But regarding uni, it's affected me just by me having to work at home, work on the train up to my part-time job, and just having to do assessments online sort of thing. It's been beneficial in a way that I've been able to look at my notes while doing assessments. So, I mean, COVID-19 hasn't been all that bad, I guess, in some way. But no, hopefully in the future, I can work to actually combat the virus itself and, hopefully be a part of a group that can solve this pandemic, which would be pretty exciting.
Would be. Has there been much focus at uni on the pandemic and the virus?
Yeah, the organisation that works above the building that we do our lectures, they have done many tests on the first patient with COVID-19 in Australia. So they're leading the way in a sense for doing the most work possible in Australia, which is pretty exciting. Unfortunately, I haven't been a part of that team. Maybe if I'd started my degree a couple of years ago, I would have been able to be a part of that team. But unfortunately, just too young, and I just haven't finished the course in time, unfortunately. But no, hopefully I can get a chance to be a part of that group, which would be really exciting.
In the future, definitely. So obviously your course, being a medical pathway, becoming an immunologist, if that's how you say it.
Yep.
Have I said that correctly? Yep. It requires extensive education and training. What are your options once you graduate from your undergraduate course, and where do you see yourself going?
Well, after this year, I can either do one of three things. I can do a master's, an honours, or just be happy with where I am with my undergraduate degree. At the moment, I kind of plan to just be happy with where I'm at. Give myself about a year to see what job options I have and opportunities I have with just the knowledge and accreditation that I currently have. And then if I can't really find anything, then I'll hopefully endeavour into a master's or honours degree to gain more skills and more possibility to a greater job sort of thing. Yeah. But at the moment, I'm pretty much content with, let's say I'm having a year off next year, and hopefully find a full-time job, and then maybe I won't continue studying and be happy with where I'm at. Because in the end, that's what it's about, isn't it? Just finding a job that you're happy with, and that's what
exactly. And you can always return to study if need be. So you finish at the end of this year. Are you still finishing in time? The COVID-19 hasn't impacted your finishing date?
It hasn't, but I am worried that I'll have to graduate online, which would be very upsetting. I would love to get a few nice photos in the gown and such, but no, if I have to, I'll have to graduate online, unfortunately. But yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you'll have a chance down the track potentially to graduate from masters or doctorate. Talking about achievements, we spoke about some of the missed sort of opportunities before. What would be one of your greatest achievements, either academically or professionally, that you could share with students?
Professionally, I haven't had much, of course. Haven't really gained my profession, but academically, regarding high school, in year 9, I was fourth in the state for German poetry, and yeah, I've held on to that memory. I was very proud of myself that day, especially considering that I'm not German in any way. Just happened to be quite good at articulating the words. And yeah, poetry was just something we would do on the side. And yeah, happened to come fourth in the whole state, which was pretty exciting.
It's amazing. And given your pathway, like it seems, it seems so far removed from your sort of science medical pathway. That's really quirky, interesting fact about you. Is there anything else you'd like to share now that you're in the limelight?
Well, this time last year, I actually auditioned for the TV show The Chase, and I won $10,000 on television, which was quite exciting. Yeah.
Oh, that's another quirky.
Yeah, so I'm quite a quirky kid. I'm well aware, but no, I enjoy doing these extracurricular things. Just like breaking out of my comfort zone, and I try and do whatever I can, sort of thing. And I guess I was pretty switched on during high school, and I thought, why not do something a bit different? And I auditioned, and then I got through, and then I went on TV, and yeah, we won the prize, which was quite cool.
Awesome. And who did you come up against when you had to answer the questions?
The Goliath. He's a very big, scary man on television, but after the game, he came down and he congratulated us for a great game. And yeah, it was really great. Just seeing him be a person rather than a TV personality, which was great. Yeah.
Fantastic. Great show. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can you share possibly any challenges that you've had to overcome over the years during study or work, whether it be part-time work or study at university?
Well, obviously COVID has been a really new challenge, but I feel as if both myself and the university have adapted quite well to it. We've moved everything online pretty much, and it's going pretty well. I do worry though with next semester. My final semester is very hands-on and it's in the lab and very practical. I'm very worried that this second wave will force me to have to potentially wait till this all clears up to be back in the lab. So I'm on my tippy toes about that, a bit nervous, but I hope to be able to work in the lab for my final semester and get some more lab experience. I'm a big fan of the lab. I've done plenty of lab work. Really enjoy it. I like getting hands-on, and I'll be honest, I like playing with dangerous substances. It's quite cool to think that you've got such a potent sort of virus or disease like in your grasp. It wows me, to be honest. But yeah, over the years I've played with I've handled quite a fair few dangerous compounds, and it's quite exhilarating, if you will.
Yeah, that sounds very interesting. Is that just to sort of break down the diseases and to learn about them, so then you can come up with different ways to kill them or to immunize against them? Is that how it works?
Yeah, exactly. So you kind of the best way to learn about them is to obviously interact with them. And I'm not saying that we give a person the disease in order to study them, but yeah, we kind of use models to understand how it reacts to the body. So sometimes we use live animals, say flies and rats and mice, sort of thing. But yeah, it's quite interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah. And just to finish up, Dylan, thinking back to your high school years, what advice would you have appreciated hearing from an alumni of your school, or what advice could you give your teenage self?
I was tricked into thinking that university was easy. I don't remember where I heard it, but someone told me that university is the greatest years of your life. So is year 12. look, the higher you go into your studies, the more memories you make, the more fun it is, the more friends you make. But no, I was told I was about year 9 that, yeah, university is easy. You look forward to it. You can relax. You can just do whatever you want. But no, it is a lot of work, but it is a lot of reward comes out of it once you finish it. So you just got to understand that you stay focused and it pays off. I remember thinking first year of my degree that it was very easy and I could do. I'm Superman pretty much. It was great. I wasn't studying as much as I would through year 12 and was lacking off in homework, and my results showed that. So I got a wake up call early in first year to get back into the game, back into my head, and yeah, eventually started to pick it back up. And yeah, just the motto really is just as easy as it may seem, you just keep working hard and eventually it all pays off.
Excellent. Fantastic words of wisdom there. And I think I went into uni thinking the same thing. So maybe we just think that, I don't know if we're ever told that university is easy. Maybe we just have this impression that year 12 is the hardest thing you'll ever do.
Exactly. I remember someone saying that year 12 is the hardest year of your life. And then I thought, okay, well then uni must be easy then. And I relaxed and chilled off. And yeah, my first year marks weren't as good as I thought. And I thought, okay, I've got to change this. And I eventually did. So yeah, working hard is very important.
Thank you very much, Dylan, for your time. I'm aware that you work a ridiculous amount of hours at a fish and chip shop and a card shop, and you are studying as well. So I really appreciate your time.
That's all right. It's been good.
And hopefully we can have you back on campus in the not too distant future.
Yes, I would. I'd love to be back at the high school, the secondary college. Sorry, I would love to. Yeah, get in front of the people and talk about my journey and my pathway. So it'd be good.
That'd be great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tanya.
Bye.
Yeah.